to another live. I actually just got off a live with Dr. Dani, and we talked about some cool stuff. So you guys should check that out. She talked about Merkaba in the sky. Like 6 planets are in perfect alignment of like like a star of David, and it's like super cool. And the energy that she was talking about, that there is going to be some healing going on, and so I wanted to come on and just give some tips on how to figure out what exactly it is that you need to heal with, right? So or not heal with, how you can find out what it is that you need to heal. So I think the easiest thing would be is to close your eyes, right? So you're going to close your eyes and you're going to sit with yourself, and you can maybe burn a little smoke if you want. Get a little coal going and put an incense get an incense going, or put some resin on the little coal, burn some herbs, but just get in a quiet spot in a meditative state and take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Another deep breath in and out through your mouth. So do that as many times as you need to get yourself calm and centered and grounded. And just start noticing things. Notice your feet, notice your legs, notice the AC blowing on your back, notice your hair touching your shoulders. Notice each time you breathe in how your stomach sort of contracts and your chest fills up, and how you, when you breathe out, your stomach expands and your chest lowers. And as you're sitting there, ask yourself, what is it that you need to change? Or what is it that I need to work on? What do I feel I need to do differently? And you can ask yourself several times, or you can just sit and wait for the answer. And the answer will come. The answer might not be a loud, this is what you need to do. It might just be a feeling, right? It might be a just an inching towards an understanding, or you might get a flash of a memory. You might be reminded about something that happened in the past, and sit with that. Sit with whatever it is that comes up first, and try to understand the circumstances surrounding it, how it made you feel, how it made others feel, and why you would still be holding on to it. And that's going to be your thing. That's going to be something that you can focus on. You could also do a quick tarot reading. One card draws will work. Sometimes I feel one card draws just aren't enough. I usually do 3 cards with something as simple, something as easy as this. And maybe all you need is just the scenery on the card, a color, something that will trigger a thought, trigger an emotion. You know, I remember last time I went live, I had like a little chat box, but I don't see the chat box anymore. I don't know where it went. So I don't know if anybody's here with me. Am I just speaking out into the air, speaking into the ether, into the universe? Let's see. Oh, I think I found it. I think I found it. It's loading. Okay. Chat is waiting for new messages. Let's see. I can't really tell. I don't think. Let's see. Oh, let me just turn on my keyboard. Oh, I had to turn it off because my cat was walking up here. Okay, so I chatted. I think there might be one person with me. That might be me. I'm not sure. Actually, the little eyeball is at 0. Okay, no worries. So the reason why I started these lives was to get an idea, or no, not to get an idea, but to um, separate my videos from my lives. My lives are going to be a little different, in which they're going to be sort of guidance, like a little so, me sharing things with you. Is what it's going to be, and as opposed to just straight tarot readings, right? We'll start some new tarot readings. Maybe tonight. Maybe I'll do a tarot reading tonight. I was already set up, and so I thought I might as well take advantage of my setup and use it. So that's why I decided to go live. Anyway, I digress. Let me get back to the matter at hand. So after you find out what that thing is that you are going to work with, there are many ways that you can release some of these energies, and I'll share with you a few. I spoke about it briefly with Dr. Dani on ways of working with the 4 elements. Um, we can start with water. So water is an element that I really like to work with. I really resonate with water. I love the ocean. I drink lots of water. I'm very particular about the water that I drink. And so water holds emotion. And there's been studies done that, oh, what is that man's name? There was a man who was speaking to water. He praised the water and like the molecular structure of the water. I think he froze it. And when he froze it, the way the water crystallized was beautiful. It formed like um, snowflake formations. And then when he spoke harshly to water, degraded it, told it it was worthless, the water was almost like it was deformed. The crystals that were formed were deformed. And so you can push energy into water. Words hold something. Words mean something. When we say something out loud, you put it into the ether, you put that energy out there. So when you say something to water, water can grab onto it and hold it. So what I recommend when working with water is to get a vessel, a cup, a bowl, and smudge it. Okay, get some palo santo, get some sage, copal, whatever it is that you use to smudge. Any kind of smoke will work. Even if you go outside and you get some grass, that works as well. So smudge the water and offer a thanks and gratitude to the spirit of the water, and whatever deity you worked with as well, offer gratitude, and then speak to the water. Tell the water what it is that you wish to release. Tell the water what it is that you wish to work on. And you can either pour this water out, or you can drink the water. I like to pour water around an oak tree that I have in my backyard. Anytime I'm using any of elements or whatever it is, I take it to my oak tree. I dig a little hole and I bury it. And so you can give the water back to the earth. You can put it back to a stream, make it even more ceremonial, or you can drink it. And so that is one way to work with water energy. Another element that you can work with would be fire. So Smudging works well, and smudging has a bit of fire and air element in it, I would say. And you can think of what it is that you want to work on. And as you can get your smudge stick, right, light it up, and start going over your auric field with the smudge, all around yourself, and make sure to get all of your chakras as well. And just say that I'm cleansing myself of this situation. I'm cleansing myself of this emotion, of this feeling. I wish to release this. And, you just brush it off, brush it off of you like that. Another fire thing that is very popular is to write what it is that you wish to release, or write what it is that you wish to work on. Write your petition on a piece of paper or something that's going to burn easily, and then light it on fire, and take those ashes out to nature and release them out there. And to work with earth, it's similar to the burning thing. It would be to write it on a piece of paper. You can write it on a stone or a rock. You can even write it into the ground. Okay. And if you write it on something, you're going to dig a hole, and you're going to say, I release this. This is what I'm going to work on. This is what I want to give, and just bury it. Bury it like that. Yeah. And the other element is air. Now, like I said, smudging is similar, is a kind of a hybrid between fire and air. But if you want to work just with air, use your voice. So with all of these elemental, when working with elements, you want to give thanks to the element, give thanks to your ancestors, give thanks to whatever deity that you are working with. You might even want to give an invocation as well. But so you give your invocation, and then you speak aloud. You speak aloud with emotion, what it is that you want to work on, what it is you want to give up, what it is you want to stop doing, and just speak it out into the ether, and get it out there. Get it out there. Like I said, words have power. Words are very strong. They hold energy. And so we've got to be very careful of what we say to ourselves, what we say to others. And I was thinking in the shower the other day, you wouldn't tell a child that they are stupid, or you wouldn't tell a child that they can't achieve XYZ. So why would we tell ourselves something like that? So we've got to really be careful what it is that we say to ourselves in our self-talk. So like I said, words have power. And that is basically what I wanted to share with you. I just sort of dawned on me when I was in live with Dr. Dani that I had not gone over something like this, and I thought this would be something wonderful to share, and to let you guys know, give you guys some tools or ways to release things, to work on them. Now, these are simple. Things can get a lot more difficult. If you want to, I would say going on a fast is one of the higher, like more advanced, I guess you could say, ways of working on something. Going on a fast, doing a little bit of a meditation every night, and really focusing on what it is that you're working on, what you want to release, what you want to overcome. And I usually wear some sort of bracelet or a ring or a necklace, something where I can be reminded throughout the day of what it is I'm working on. And I'll speak it. I'll give my invocation. I'll give some gratitude, and just so that I'm constantly reminded. Every time I touch my wrist, oh, got this bracelet. Okay, yes. Then, give my gratitude, give my thanks, express what it is I'm working on, sit with myself, and work with that. So the other thing that you can do that's a little bit more advanced when you start when during the fast, you can do some deep meditations. And I remember this one particular fast I did. I fasted for about 5 days, just had water, and I got a really bad stomach ache. I got a really, really bad stomach ache. And so I had to go downstairs. I didn't really understand what was happening. My stomach was just really upset. And I started literally purging. And I was gagging and just really purging some really frothy white stuff. I mean, it was really weird. And it lasted for almost an hour. I mean, my stomach hurt and I just could not leave leave the bathroom. And I would lay on the floor and I just remember, sweating and just praying and talking to my ancestors and just keeping faith in the process. Well, I think I fell asleep for a little bit. I don't even really know how long I fell asleep, but I woke up and I felt like 20 times better. Number one, the stomach was away. The stomach ache was gone. Number two, I just felt lighter. I felt a release. I didn't feel as tense. I didn't feel as condensed. I just sort of felt like it was it's hard to explain. I just felt like possibly like my aura was coming out, as opposed to being kind of smashed in like this. It was more flowing outward, and it's like it had room to fly. so, that was an amazing experience. But that was fasting, that was meditation, that was lots of prayer, lots of smudging, and like I said, we can really go deep with stuff like this. But I do want to caution the fasting. You've got to be careful with it. Not everybody can fast. We do need a certain amount of calories on a daily basis, and some people have to watch their blood sugar. So you've got to be really careful with it. And coming off a fast, you've got to be careful with that too. You can't just go out to Five Guys and eat hamburger and French fries after a fast. So I think the longest time I went through a fast was 17 days. I mean, I did some intense healing, and it was tough, but in the end it was worth it because I found a strength that I didn't know I had. I didn't know existed. And it does take a strong person to not eat for 17 days, but it also shows you what you can do when you put your mind to it. And then when you're sort of free of the burdens of digestion and the burdens of all of the food toxicity and whatnot, you know, it's sort of it's an electric feeling. It's like you can feel every part of your being. And but now that goes to say that during this time when I would fast for all those days, I was also, when I would eat, I was eating just fruit. I was a fruitarian for, I don't know, I think the longest I could go at one point without having anything but fruit was probably about 6 months. It's very difficult because you start to crave warm food. You start to crave food of substance like rice, just very dense foods. And I could feel myself, oh, that is my ring. I could feel myself almost like I was, I don't know, like maybe like disappearing, or maybe because I just wasn't getting enough nourishment. I don't know. I felt electric. I felt like I could feel every cell in my body. Um, needless to say, I stopped. I don't adhere to the fruitarian diet. I was vegetarian for a little bit. I stopped being a vegetarian. I feel like my body needs meat. I feel like I need to have some kind of protein. And I think that's just what my body needs. And not everybody is made to do the latest craze, the latest fad or what have you. But it is an experience to go through, and it does help with the cleansing of the body. It does help with the cleansing of the spirit, and it helps release things. I think I released a lot of emotion. I went to a peyote meeting one time, well, a few times actually, and the getting well is when you they call it getting well, but you would expel the contents of your stomach after eating so much, right? But that was what was called for and what was needed as part of the healing process. And sometimes it happened to me quite a few times. I would feel the need to expel, but yet nothing would come out. And so the facilitator said that that's just emotion coming out. That's just you releasing feelings and intangibles. And I think that might have been part of what I was releasing that night when I was working on that 5-day fast. So anyway, that's been my experience, and I urge you to check out that live I did with Dr. Dani. She has some important information, some important planetary alignments that are going to be happening starting Friday, this coming Friday. So there's going to be a Merkaba in our sky, and she has some pretty cool information about that. So check out the live stream. We streamed on my channel and her channel. I also urge you to subscribe to her channel as well. There's a new moon coming up, and I haven't even looked where that moon is, but I can look right now. But she says that's going to be some tough energies to work with. So let's see. So the new moon is on the 2nd. And let's see. I don't know if this is sidereal. Oh, I have this in tropical. So it's tropically in Virgo, but it's going to be in the constellation of Leo. That's the new moon. So so get ready, y'all. So yeah, she's going to be putting out that new moon video. I don't know when she said she was going to release it, but she does have some information on that. I think she even said she was going to do a meditation for that. So perhaps that meditation can help as well along with these few tips that I gave you guys. So I guess I'm going to sign off on my live, and I'll see if I have time to do a couple of tarot readings. And if I can, I'll get those posted tonight. I've got to go pick up my son from hockey practice in a little bit. So take care, and I will see you guys next live, next video. Bye now.